Let's go. 2 cup, please.
I've been a chef for over 50 years.
Service.
And I've come to realise that the food we eat tells a story about who we are. So I'm on a mission to find out what we all like to eat today.
Oh, that is good.
From our traditional dishes...
Long live the Yorkshire pudding.
...to those we've made our own.
I mean, that is multifaceted Britain on one page.
I'll meet producers.
There you see a robot. It's picking them.
I find a lot of craft beers too hoppy. Don't know why, but it tastes all right.
Some of our best chefs.
We're picking scurvy grass.
Crikey.
Pretty punchy.
Plus those keeping traditions alive.
We've just got to finish. I have no hope.
I'll see how food brings us together.
Dig in.
Lovely, that sort of hot garlic. Fabuloso.
And from my home in Padstow, I'll bring you great dishes of my own.
Love stuff like this.
So join me as I unearth the stories behind the food we all love to eat today. My food journey around the UK is taking me today to one of my favourite cities.
Well, I'm driving into Bristol across the suspension bridge. I think it's as distinctive a feature of Bristol as the harbour bridges of Sydney. It was built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, one of the world's greatest engineers, and he described it as my first child, my darling.
I'm really looking forward to my time in Bristol. It's a city in which nearly 70 different languages are spoken, and that huge cultural diversity has of course shaped the food scene here. Bristol is also the UK's 9th largest city and historically one of its major ports. It's a city of great wealth, but much of that wealth has been built on the ugliest of trades, because in the early 1700s, Bristol's harbour was the centre of Britain's slave trade. As the recent toppling of slave trader Edward Colston's statue showed, modern Bristol is a city grappling to come to terms with its history. But there's also a recognition here that, as in many UK cities, the exploitation of human beings is not, unfortunately, a thing of the past. I've made my way to a cafe called Huria, which in Arabic means freedom. It offers safe employment and training to migrant women, some of whom are survivors of modern slavery. The kitchen is a hive of activity, and as I try to follow what's going on, a wonderfully international feast is being prepared for today's lunch menu by Mariam from Pakistan, Amel from Egypt, and Kim, who is British with West African heritage and runs this fantastic place.
This is quite complicated because the three of them are doing 3 different dishes, but they're not written down, the recipes. They're just verbal, oral recipes. So I'm really having to concentrate on judging how many onions, how much cumin's going in there, how much pasta's in there. Amel over there is doing an Egyptian national dish, kushari. Mariam is cooking chicken pilau, and Kim here is doing salt cod fish cakes.
Now, do you hate spare onion for me? Yeah? Can you share? Yeah? Thank you.
They're all talking to each other about what they're doing, and it's just a great way of learning. So, Kim, you're not a charity, you're actually a business.
We're a social enterprise, CIC. We're a community interest company. We have a thriving business now, dishes that you can't get anywhere else.
These ladies, they're clearly enjoying what they're doing because they're sort of like national dishes.
Yeah, it's nice to show our dishes to the world, our heritage. There's a lot of pride in their dishes.
To me, it's about allowing people to be relaxed and forget their troubles with cooking together.
Yeah, it's our absolute joy to cook and learn from each other, to feed people. It's a really healing, transformative process, I'd say.
Kim tells me that since setting up Huria, she's worked with a number of women who've experienced exploitation and racism. Some have been referred by charities and some have found their own way here. But once they arrive, they become part of a supportive community
Yum.
in which they can hone their cooking skills and build their confidence.
There are a lot of women in the city who have been extremely marginalised and need these opportunities because they're so talented. So I feel really compelled to do something practical to help them. We are trying to serve freedom through food.
I think it says a lot about Bristol.
Yes, in terms of activism, Bristol has a rich history and a very current movement against slavery. It's a much bigger problem than I think a lot of people are aware of. Trying to bring that awareness to people with flavour and pleasure and events.
Lucky for me, I now get to eat these fabulous dishes,
So, well, here we go.
some of which I've never tasted before.
And a kushuri?
Yeah,
Delish.
thank you.
Lots of carbohydrate.
Yeah,
Chickpeas, pasta, rice.
Macaroni and brown lentil.
All the carbs in the world.
All the carbs. And the palau. Fantastic.
Like it? Oh, thank you.
Lovely. It's all in the stock, I think, because it's just very, very flavourful. So.
Yeah, it's lovely.
The fish cakes. Excuse my fingers.
Oh, go on, get in.
I just love salt cod. It's quite an unusual flavour, but once you're used to it, you can't have enough of it. So I suppose these dishes remind you of home.
Yeah, we eat this plow twice a week.
Really?
Yeah, this is our favorite dish, you know.
Do you all love cooking?
Yeah, I love it. All my life I love cooking.
Really?
Yeah. This place, I feel in here like peace and safe, happy. We are here like family, okay? If I tell her I'm scared to do something, she said, no, you can do it. Go on, I'm with you. I need Hurriya to do Hurriya, freedom. I can do it, like fly, oh my God. I can do it. I'm not a small chef, no. Oh my God, I can do it.
So it must be very satisfying to you, Kim, to have them create such lovely dishes.
I love cooking together, bringing our dishes together. It's such an eclectic mix of food.
Well, I've just had a lovely morning. I must say, it's been really nice watching you work, and it's been quite moving in a way. It's just so nice to see people so happy, you know? And I just think that's what food does for us all. So cheers
Cheers.
to Hurriya. Well, this series is about food stories. Sometimes they really matter, and I think this one really mattered. You suddenly realise how important food can be and cooking can be in sort of liberating people. I mean, I think particularly Amel, when she was talking about what the community meant to her and what Kim meant to her, was just so moving, because she was genuinely saying, I've come alive. And we all came alive at that moment, I think.
For me, the dishes I've eaten here at Hurriya represent something special about the power of food to create community and a sense of belonging. And in honour of that, I'd like to recreate Kim's delicious salt cod fish cakes.
Watching Kim make those fish cakes, it just reminded me of how much I like salt cod. That's what it looks like when it comes out of the packet. It's basically salted and air-dried. But you have to soak it for at least 24 hours. What I'm going to do now is poach it for about 20 minutes.
Salting cod is an old form of preservation, but by pre-soaking it, you remove much of the salt and you're left with a very firm fish, which is a bit of an acquired taste. Your next ingredient is the spuds, which I recommend you air dry before mashing, because watery spuds make watery mash. For this recipe, Kim says don't add any butter or milk, but do add some red onion, red chilies, garlic, lime zest, and a handful of coriander. Once poached, break the fish up a bit.
That's good. I did that just to assess how much salt was left in the cod.
Then add it to your mix, along with some plain flour and an egg to bind everything together.
Must say, it looks really nice. Plenty of pepper. I know we've got chilli in there, but I like the pepper.
Time to get your hands dirty, shape the mixture into patties, and cover each one with more flour. Kim's were oval, so I'm aiming for the same, but hers were definitely neater. Deep fry them for 3 or 4 minutes. And when they're a deep golden colour, they're ready to serve with a wedge of lime.
At long last, I get to taste them. Very nice. I think if you'd never tasted salt cod before, you'd like this. It's very much in the background and it just gives a lovely warm flavour. I hope Kim doesn't mind. I've added some aioli because I just love garlic mayonnaise with fish cakes.
Back in Bristol, I'm continuing my tour of the city's diverse food scene with a stroll around the area, which has, since the 50s, been a hub for the African Caribbean community. Many arrived in the UK on ships such as the Empire Windrush, as part of a government scheme to supply industry with much-needed labour after the Second World War. But instead of the welcome they expected, the new arrivals were often met with hostility when they tried to find jobs and homes. The suburb of St Pauls, which had been heavily bombed during the war and was little more than a slum, was one of the few parts of Bristol where landlords would rent houses to African Caribbean people. A group of residents from here got together and in 1968 organised the first St Pauls African Caribbean Carnival. It was intended to show the rest of Bristol everything their culture had to offer and formed part of a movement to try and improve things for black people in the city. And it's still going strong today as a citywide celebration of the true cultural, not to mention culinary, diversity of Bristol. And as you wander around St Paul's, you'll stumble upon some striking murals of the Carnival's founders, including Barbara Dettering, who worked as a social worker and was known within the community as Auntie Babs.
I must say they're very impressive, and indeed they were very important figures from the 60s, from the Windrush generation, who at a time of great racial intolerance and prejudice decided that they should get organised to try and change things for the community in St Paul's. And out of it came the St Pauls Carnival. And I've just picked up what Barbara Dettering actually said about her involvement. She described them as silent diggers who worked away in the background to get their point across and change the lives of future generations. And that's why they're so important. And she said, don't aim for the trees, because you fall at the trees, you fall on the ground. You've got to aim for the skies. And then it says, don't let anyone dissuade you from what you want to do.
The African Caribbean community have since established themselves at the heart of the city. And both their culture and, of course, their food have spread way beyond the confines of St Paul's. In the suburb of Fish Ponds is a Caribbean takeaway that's causing quite a buzz. Gulu's Kitchen opened in 2021, and its curry goat, peppered steak and jerk chicken have been a hit with Bristolians of all backgrounds ever since. The man behind it all is Mark Daly, born and bred in St Paul's.
I need you to get the 2 big pots down, please, for the rice and peas.
Who gave up his car sales business to realise his dream of cooking Jamaican food for a living.
Mark.
Hello,
nice
Rick. How you doing, man?
Good to
You right?
meet you.
Bless up, my brother.
And named this place after his dear old dad.
Papa Gulu.
Is that your dad?
That's my dad, yeah.
Oh.
He's the one who taught me how to cook. He was from a poor family in Jamaica, and so he came over to seek work. So he's one of the first original Jamaicans in Bristol. They call him countryman.
Yeah.
Countryman know how to cook. He would have me in the kitchen, and he used to make me watch everything he was doing. So I took on my dad's cooking skills, recipes, but being a new generation, I put my own twist to things.
Yeah.
I want to add more.
Yeah, really interesting the way immigrant communities started off in an area, cooked the food they knew from back home,
Yes.
and gradually the food goes out
Grew,
into people at large,
Yeah.
and now everybody loves jerk chicken.
That's right, man.
But
Yeah.
yours is so special because
the man upstairs, Gulu.
Mark's going to show me how to make that very special jerk chicken the most popular dish on his menu.
I've never seen jerk chicken being made before, and I'm not really familiar with Caribbean food at all, so I'm very excited.
Nice.
What are we starting with then?
So this is all-purpose seasoning. Sprinkle over the chicken. I don't really measure,
Just guessing it.
just sprinkle until I hear my ancestors say to me, that's enough. Just kind of know.
Love it.
Mark adds more seasoning, including paprika,
Your ancestors are saying a little bit
Stop,
less.
stop, that's enough. Yeah, that's it.
garlic powder, black pepper, and chili flakes.
Again, until he says that's enough.
I'm going to put, listen to your ancestors. I'm
That's
not
right,
reading
that's
your
right.
I'm not sure what my ancestors would say about all this.
Just really get those flavors working in there.
My mum Dorrie, who was a brilliant cook, but of her era regarded even garlic with hearty suspicion. How far tastes have moved on since then.
We have been told that we've got the best jerk chicken in Bristol.
Yeah.
Some people's never ate it before and they're just like, what
Yeah.
is that smell? And I tell them that's the smell of Jamaica.
Oh, that's lovely. You obviously love what you're making,
No,
and you
that's
put
it.
that love in there.
That
and
is
your ancestors
it.
love too.
That is the final ingredient. The next step is the magic. My homemade jerk rub.
On top of the seasoning, Mark will marinate his chicken in a mix containing vegetable oil, vinegar, and onion.
Most important ingredient, Scotch bonnet pepper. Very, very hot. Fierce and deadly. Smell that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the smell
dear.
of Jamaica, I guess.
That's it, man. Secret weapon.
As well as the Scotch bonnet, in goes thyme, half a peeled lemon, spring onion,
The Jamaicans call it scallion.
and garlic. Also allspice or pimento, which grows in abundance in Jamaica.
Pimento seeds I use in a lot of my seasonings. Even in the rice and peas, it just gives it that extra flavour.
A few more spices, herbs and seasonings go into the mix.
And then at the end, put in a bit of browning for colour and flavour.
Browning is a Jamaican sauce made from caramelised brown sugar. Cooking with these ingredients is such an ingrained, centuries-old tradition in Jamaica, it even has its own verb, jerking.
Nice thick paste. That's the one.
Am I allowed a taste?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah. Wow! You say it proper, yeah? Boom!
It's lovely though.
Once the meat is coated in the marinade, it's left overnight.
And that there is the perfect Gulu's Kitchen jerk chicken, and then cook him up on the jerk pan.
In days gone by, the cooking of jerk meat would have taken place in a fire pit in the ground. But the modern equivalent is a steel drum, or what's known as a jerk pan.
It's a 44-gallon drum, which they also use for the steel vans. I just love that recycling of materials.
The meat should be cooked until it's charred on the outside. Topped with a bit of homemade gravy, Mark's jerk chicken is definitely the real deal.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much.
Rice and peas,
Rice and peas.
jerk chicken, and a little side of steamed veg.
Oh, that's really good. I can see why you're popular. I'm loving that Scotch bonnet chilli in there. That underlying heat is so important, isn't it?
Definitely. Without it, it wouldn't be jerk chicken.
No. Sweet, but the contrast of that and the spice is quite exceptional.
That's it. It's all about the flavours.
Oh, flavour.
Top flavour.
It really tastes like it's been on that barbecue.
Yeah, that's the authentic Caribbean Gulu's Kitchen jerk chicken. Glad you enjoyed it. Boom. Bless.
Cheers.
With my taste buds still tingling from all the new foods I've tried here in Bristol, I'm leaving the city behind. And heading further into the wonderful West Country, my home turf. But the food I'm going in search of next is another one that's pretty new to me. My destination is Warminster Farm, where veg is grown and then fermented to create condiments like kimchi and sauerkraut, all the rage at the moment, because apparently fermented food is extremely good for you. The owner of this beautiful spot is Peter Prescott.
Peter,
Hello, Rick.
it's such a lovely part of the country. All right.
Who used to run hotels and restaurants in London and now, with the help of local chef Byron, spends his time creating ferments, as he calls them.
We're going to make a ferment called curtido, which is a relish or a slaw from Central America. Byron's going to core the cabbage, which we've grown here at the farm.
A lot of people, I think, put off the idea of fermented vegetables. It's going to be a bit sour or a bit fizzy.
But not this recipe. This is a very light ferment. There is a bit of tangy sourness to it, but it's more about lime, chipotle, zinginess rather than sourness.
Sounds good and Mexican, I must say.
Lots of countries have a tradition of fermenting raw veg with a little salt. Just letting time and natural bacteria do their work. But it's a relatively new thing to us here in the UK.
I mean, it's quite sort of trendy now, fermenting things, isn't it? But why do you think it hasn't got a long history in Britain, then?
We have more of a culture, I think, and a history of pickling. But it's an ancient technique. It's probably older than... It is older than cooking. Preserving things, fermenting things, it's ancient process.
So what happens now?
So we need to weigh the ingredients and add 2% of sea salt into there. It's Cornish sea salt.
Oh, well, of course.
Of course. Nothing but the best.
We do generally use that.
Do you?
All vegetables on the outside have a good bacteria.
Yeah.
And when we combine them with the salt, it creates this brine. And the longer you ferment it, the good bacteria starts to multiply because it's alive, it's starting to evolve.
The live bacteria in fermented foods improves your gut health, which, so they say, can boost your immune and digestive systems and even enhance your mental health. But what I want to know is, does it taste nice? So Peter and Byron have assembled various concoctions for me to try, which have been fermenting away for between 1 and 4 weeks.
So this is the one you've just shown how to make, the curtido.
Go ahead, bon appetit.
Very lovely. A lot of chutneys and pickles that you get, it's just a combination of salt and sugar, really, and vinegar.
Yes.
Whereas this has got much more fresh taste to it and much better texture. Where do we go next, then?
I would try the beetroot, red cabbage and garam masala.
That's really nice. It's almost like the essence of beetroot, that.
I love that with roast red meats. It just makes cooking the meal so much easier as well. You just focus on getting the roast right, and then you've got this perfect accompaniment.
OK, next. This is such fun.
I would go then the Jerusalem artichoke with horseradish.
It's lovely. I just love the taste of Jerusalem artichokes anyway. I've got to ask you, what about the flatulent side of Jerusalem artichokes?
Well, it's a very good point, actually. The impact of the artichokes is, I'm told, diminished.
I'm not totally convinced.
I was going to say...
It's worth it, though. It tastes so good. You
Yes,
don't mind.
exactly, yeah.
You can do this at home, though, can't you, really?
It's very simple to do at home, and there's no right or wrong with creating a ferment.
I think one of the great things about British cuisine, really, are condiments. And what you've got here is a wonderful selection of condiments. Just think about, like, the day after Boxing Day. Imagine having some sliced ham, turkey, and a load of these. And think of your gut. You're going to live forever if you eat these.
Yes, exactly.
It's a warm day in Padstow, perfect for a spot of outdoor cooking. I've decided to use that delicious curtido in a Mexican burrito, one of those foods from afar which we've absolutely made our own. And I'll pack it with flavour, starting with chicken breasts, grilled on the barbecue and spiced up with a homemade seasoning.
It's a mixture of black and white pepper, 2 types of dried Mexican chilies, pasilla chilies and chipotle chilies, and salt.
Those will need to sizzle away for about 10 minutes.
They look pretty well done. So,
Slice the chicken thinly and keep it warm under some tin foil while you get on with the refried beans. Make sure your pan is really hot and then add some lard.
the Mexicans always use lard in this dish. You can use oil if you like, but I'm very pleased to report that lard's now good for you. It used to be very bad for you. It's now good for you.
Well, so some studies say anyway. As your onions start to soften, throw in some garlic and oregano.
It's really nice cooking things outdoors. You feel liberated. You feel al fresco.
Then add some black beans or kidney beans if you prefer.
Stir them all around.
Incidentally, refried beans are not, as the name implies, fried twice. Actually, the Spanish word refritos simply means well fried. Once they're done, mash them up, and that's the hard work over.
Yum.
To assemble my burritos, I'm using warmed flour
The
tortillas.
secret with all these sort of rolled up things is don't have too much filling. So I'm going to be a bit mean here with the chicken. And again, a bit mean with the refritos. As generous as I can with curtido.
Some salad for texture and chili for kick.
Bit of crumbly Lancashire cheese. Coriander. And a dollop or two of sour cream.
And finally, at the end, some chipotle, shop-bought in a spicy Mexican marinade called adobo.
So now to roll this up, just in the sides like that, then up and over. And there we have the burrito. But how does it taste? Oh, fabulous. Fragrance, texture, wonderful sourness from that ferment, and so Mexican.
It's so interesting to me that during my time in and around Bristol, I've eaten dishes from all corners of the globe, from Egypt to Pakistan, to Mexico and Jamaica. It's perhaps what I love most about food here in the UK, that our cuisine is truly one of the most international in the world. If you'd like to see more episodes of Rick Stein's Food Stories, press the red button now to watch on BBC iPlayer. Next time, I'm in Suffolk.
Do you still love what you do?
I do, yeah. Can't say as I'm quite as sprightly as what I was.
Join the
years
club.
ago. Oh.
Over, over, and hey presto, a perfect mackie roll.
To create a starter, all you need is flour and water. Mine's called Barry. Baby Barry.
Baby Barry. Yeah.